Star Citizen 4.3.2, in my opinion, is one of the more rougher patches that we have had in a while. So in today's video, I would like to go over just a few of those issues that is blocking players from completing their goals, their tasks, and just the overall roundup of what is happening in the verse currently. But hey, it's FC here, and I'd like to welcome you guys back to another episode of Squawk Talk. Star Citizen 4.3.2, in my opinion, is in a current state that I would like to call a hot mess. Currently, there are several things wrong with Star Citizen 4.3.2 that just make this patch not fun to play. Things like loot boxes still not spawning. Fractured Frontiers is not working as it is intended to, since people keep on losing the data pads that they are trying to collect, or they're just not spawning in general. It's pretty tough out there in these streets, even for me, as I'm trying to do the whole entire Fractured Frontiers event, trying to get past phase 1. I have been running into issues collecting the data pads. They would either fall out of my pocket into my ship, and then when I quantum travel, it falls out of my ship, or they don't spawn entirely. There's just so many small little issues that has made me kind of want to put the game down just for a little bit and play some Battlefield as CIG deploys more and more hotfixes, because currently it's just tough to do anything, including for the loot goblins out there who likes to loot everything, find all the rare armor in the orange boxes. They are still not spawning in properly, and you're still not able to access them properly as we currently speak. So only time will tell what's going to happen. As CAG is working on Star Citizen 4.4, I do believe that they may put off a lot of maintenance for 4.3.2 and push it to 4.4, just because that seems like the main focus right now to get Nix into our hands. So we may not see too many hotfixes for 4.3.2 in the meantime. Star Citizen 4.4, in my opinion, is the current focus that CAG is throwing all their cards at, mainly because that's what the pipeline is showing. Ever since that they dropped the first Evo test last week on Thursday, it has now been more prevalent than ever that CAG is talking about 4.4. They're talking about the Perseus, they're talking about Nix, they're talking about how they're working on more planets that are going to be showing up in Nix later on in the future. There is so much going on with this 4.4 update that we really haven't heard anything about our current patch, which is Star Citizen 4.3.2. They kind of just pushed it to the side, swept the mess under the rug, and more or less focusing on the next patch. I'm probably sure it's because this patch is only going to last for the month of October to mid-November before 4.4 drops. So they probably just don't care about it as much as 4.4. But as a quick reminder, I am hosting a giveaway for a Blackmagic Aegis Saber with LTI and a game package. All you gotta do to enter is comment on any video I upload in between the time period of October 20th through October 31st for a chance to enter. Now, in all honesty, we do know that CAG is going to deploy more hotfixes and patches and updates and stuff for our current build of the game. But it is obvious to tell by looking at the pipeline, by looking at the roadmap, that they really are hammering it down on 4.4. So just recently, they done put out a 4.4 Evo patch, which is supposed to be testing out engineering gameplay and a couple other things here and there that Evo testers cannot talk about. That is, of course, under NDA. But it's out there, it's being touched. People are in Nix, people are experimenting, they are doing what they are intended to do during these Evo testings. So again, this is going to be their main focus. They want to get engineering out, the Nix system, Levski, Delmar, all of that bullshit. They want it all out there for us to be able to use and go to when it drops, hopefully directly or directly after IAE. So it's only a matter of time until we start seeing PTU patches roll out in the near future with 4.4. And that's a wrap. That's pretty much it. There is not a whole lot to report on, mainly because, since it's Evo testing, there's NDAs and stuff blocking people from talking about what is going on there, which means we are going to have to wait for the pipeline to update and also for leaks to either hit Reddit or also Discord. I could also give some honorable mentions to the Perseus, since CAG released a couple leaked images of the cockpit and then also the torpedo bay of the Perseus. It's quite interesting about how they're teasing it. I'm curious if they're gonna do like they did the most previous ship, where they dropped it the very last day into the PTU as a quote unquote early release, since you had to hop onto the PTU in order to fly the ship early, which was with the Paladin, Stinger, and Shiv. So let's see how they decide to actually launch this ship into the verse. If they will let us play it for a week in the PTU, or it'll just drop the day that the patch drops as well. But only time will tell, because as we all know, CAG do as CAG do. But yeah, tell me down below in the comments what you guys think about the current patch we are in. Are you guys having fun with it, or is it kind of like meh, skip it and wait for the next patch, which is Star Citizen 4.4, which will be the introduction to the Nick system? Me personally, I am going to get the rewards that is out there for Fractured Frontiers, and then after that I'm going to put it down just because it's a little buggy and chaotic right now, and it is tiresome. But let me know down below. But please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Please slap that like button, because it really does help the biggest bird in the verse get more eyes put on to me. And if you wish to support the channel financially, I do have my memberships open, and I'd be much appreciated if you donated a super chat. But yeah, it's FC here, aka Fried Chicken. Big Bird out.